I'm here at Medical City Denton, where police officer Urbano Rodriguez Jr. is fighting for his life. The police chief is calling that officer a fighter and says he is cautiously optimistic, even though he is in critical but stable condition.
We know him as being a very a tough officer, yet compassionate. He's a fighter, but he truly cares about our community.
Chief Frank Dixon emotional, describing the 5-year veteran who put his life on the line early Tuesday morning. Officer Rodriguez pulled a vehicle over for an equipment violation on West University just after midnight. Police say 44-year-old Michelle Stacy was behind the wheel. 33-year-old Antoine Pinkston was in the passenger seat. A second officer, Randy Cole, arrived, and moments later shots rang out. Police didn't elaborate on who fired the gun or why, but Rodriguez was shot in the head and the leg. Officer Cole fired back. The suspects drove off and were eventually spotted in Carrollton, where they were arrested. Police say both were taken to the hospital with minor gunshot wounds to the arms. Rodriguez underwent emergency surgery and is still in stable but critical condition. Denton Mayor Chris Watts is asking the community to keep him in their hearts.
And also the extended family of the men and women of the Denton Police Department.
Pinkston is in the Denton County Jail, charged with attempted capital murder of a peace officer. Stacy is charged with probation violation, but could face more charges. The Texas Rangers are leading the investigation, while the officers here focus on one of their own.
I would ask that you continue to keep our officers in your thoughts and prayers, not just our 2 involved officers, but the officers of the Denton Police Department and all the surrounding agencies that came out to assist us today.
In Denton, I'm Eric Alvarez.
Now, both of the suspects have a long criminal history. Michelle Stacy on the left and Antoine Pinkston on the right there. Here's what we know about Pinkston. His criminal history goes back to 2004. He's faced about 20 charges over the years. Records show in 2014 he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for the promotion of prostitution of a person less than 18 years old. He was released in February of this year, but then he was arrested again in April and May for parole violations. Now to Michelle Stacy, who also has a lengthy criminal history. In fact, these are a handful of some of her old mugshots. She's been arrested for possession of a controlled substance and not showing up to court. She's currently in jail for a parole violation, but the chief said there could be more charges.